you know, the contrast from Bold to this was fantastic. But then, you know, like I said, spending some time with it, I now know that I need more.
Yeah.
You know, it's because it looks like a receding hairline, which is what we went for, which to begin with was fantastic. But now it just seems like I could squeeze some more juice out of this.
Yeah.
I'm 29, I'm young enough, I think I could pull it off. I think probably the most obvious is for a lot of young men is the first sign of mortality. You know, if you like, grey hairs are coming later down the line. Things like ED, a bad back.
Hey, home and hanging on my neck. The bracelet matches the set. My brother name is $10.
So Chris, what's your kind of opinion on why men are so sensitive about the hair loss?
I think probably the most obvious is for a lot of young men is the first sign of mortality. Mm-hmm. You know, if you like, grey hairs are coming later down the line. Things like ED, a bad back. You know, maybe losing your parents and stuff like that. That probably happens, you know, later in life for most people and whatnot. But I think the first sign of mortality for most young men is hair loss. And it might not be complete horseshoe, you know, I think it's Norwood 5 or 6, but you start seeing the corners recede or a little bit on the crown, or somebody mentions it to you, you know, it's the first sign that your youth is evading you, which, you know, is a little bit worrying because you haven't had to deal with anything like that prior. And something I often say on my channel as well is, like, the majority of men are 99% hair when they're young, because you just simply haven't had enough time to figure life out. You haven't got the money, you haven't got the experience, the assets, you haven't built the frame. All you do have is your youth, and I guess, you know, without use of a better term, you do have your beauty, which stems from your hair. It very heavily relies on your hair.
Yeah. So
I've often said on my channel, most men and young men are just 99% hair, or 90% hair, or whatever. Like, it's very heavily one-sided to the hair. So once that starts to go, it feels terrible, but number two, it exposes a lot of what they are. You know, you could be 20% body fat with a full head of hair and look fine. As soon as your hair goes, you start to look a little bit round in the face.
Yeah,
a little
totally
bit like blubbery in the face and whatnot.
I'm about to go, we're doing better. If I ever lose sight, I know I'm faster than ever. If I ever lose sight, I know we're doing better. Hitting all the goals I can. Bigger, bolder, faster. Ooh, I'm going to the max, no.